You're right in time for Hope TV Newswatch on this 20th day of May 2024. A very good evening to you and welcome to the broadcast. My name is Kimani and my co-presenter on the Sun Language interpretation tonight is Boniface Morethi. Now, President William Ruto arrived at Hartsfield-Jackson International Airport in Atlanta, Georgia on Monday afternoon ahead of a busy four-day visit to the United States of America. The first visit by an African leader in 15 years is expected to strengthen ties with the U.S. while also opening doors to investment. President Ruto is accompanied by First Lady Rachel Ruto. Who is expected to visit the Jimmy Carter Presidential Library and a museum to emphasize the two countries' shared commitment to governance and anti-corruption efforts. He is later expected to visit the Ebenezer Baptist Church to pay homage to the civil rights struggle and thereafter head to the Center for Disease Control headquarters to discuss the U.S.-Kenya Health Partnership. Afterwards, President Ruto and First Lady Rachel Ruto will be hosted by the Kenyan diaspora in Atlanta. Now, with the deadline for public participation on the Finance Bill 2024 set on the 28th of this month, leaders from the political divide have assured Kenyans that their views on the Finance Bill will matter. This comes at a time where leaders have divided opinion on the bill, with the opposition Azimio coalition threatening to go back to the streets for the anti-government riots if the bill is passed in Parliament. Mason Lowell with more on the story.
Siwezi taka tax kwa mkate. Kama mama ningeomba hata pombe iwekwe tax mingi. Ama namna gani? Sigara kwa sababu gani? Vijana wetu wamekunywa pombe, wameharibika, pombe iko cheap. Sasa hii tax ya pombe iende juu.
The proposed Finance Bill 2024 has caused a lot of division among Kenyans and leaders as well, following the proposed increment of taxes in bills such as the increment of VAT on bread, M-Pesa transactions and on motor vehicles. This has faced a lot of backlash from the citizens who are already grappling with the effects of high cost of living experienced in the country. Speaking during a fundraising event, Gusii leaders have criticized the proposed taxes on bread, arguing that it will disappropriately affect the poor.
Maneno ya one man, one vote, one man, one shilling, one vote. I want to disagree on the issue of 1 shilling, 1 man, 1 shilling, 1 vote. Because the 1 man, 1 shilling, 1 vote is not good for our people. Because this will be very decisive, this will bring a lot of issues, and I don't agree with it totally. Because different regions have different problems. So in our region we have our own problem. In that region they have their own problem. So kindly, I don't agree with the 1 man, 1 vote, 1 shilling, and I want to say this with a lot of respect. The person who has led the 1 shilling, 1 man, 1 vote, he sits in the IBEC committee. Kindly, you can go and bring those issues in the IBEC committee and solve it at that particular level. With this one, I want to call upon the President. His Excellency, just put the eye on the ball and we continue working for the people of Kenya, because we have 2.5 years so that we come back to the people of Kenya.
Kisii Women Representative Donya Toto rejected the bill, suggesting that more taxes should be imposed on alcohol products rather than food commodities. On his end, Kitutu Chache North MP Japhet Ndubi stated that 1 man, 1 shilling formula is likely to significantly disadvantage counties that have been lagging behind.
For idol, wakipata mtu ameweka hata eka 20 alimi tax hiyo shamba, mtu akishindwa kulipia tax ipande mboga, mahindi, watu wapate chakula. Lakini mkate kwa kina mama yenye tunapatia watoto asubuhi wanaenda shule, hapo jameni tutaki kusikia hata kidogo. Lakini kwa vitu vingine ile inafanya faida ikue, watu wapate barabara, watoto wapate.
The National Assembly Speaker Moses Wetangula has castigated members of parliament for politicizing the national budget making process, reminding them of the integral role in its formulation and passage. Speaking in the wake of public outcries on the Finance Bill 2024, the Speaker reminded MPs of their responsibility to work within the Parliament system to address any issues rather than airing their grievances publicly. Reporting for Hope TV Newswatch, Lowell Mason.
Thank you so much, Lowell, for that report. Still at it, and church leaders from across the country have come out to air their opinion on the proposed Finance Bill 2024. This comes only a week after the chairperson of NCCK Nyanza Region Branch, Reverend John Makgodia, urged the government to reduce the tax burden on the Kenyan citizens by reducing the proposed high levels of taxation. Our reporter Ian Edward with the details.
A week after the National Council of Churches of Kenya raised their concerns regarding the new taxes proposed in the Finance Bill 2024, other clerics have also come out to air their views on the same. Last week, the chairperson of NCCK Nyanza Region, Reverend John Makgodia, emphasized the need for the government to alleviate the tax burden by reducing the proposed levels, adding that the Finance Bill 2024 is high.
Imekuwa officially opened in the name of the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit.
The latest to air their views on the proposed finance bill was Pastor Pius Moiro of the Maximum Miracle Center, who urged Kenyans not to shy away from speaking their mind during the ongoing countrywide public participation meetings on the Finance Bill 2024. On his part, he noted that the taxes on bread is a proposal that has not yet been effected, while expressing his confidence in the current regime.
Financial bill sasa hivi ndio iko kwenye mambo ya public participation. Of course yale mapendekezo walipeana ni kama kumekuwa na rarama kutoka kwa wananchi, lakini nimesikia viongozi wa serikali na nikawaona kwa TV wamesema wataenenda kulingana na maoni ya Wakenya. Wakenya walikuwa na teta ya kwamba last year wakati kulikuwa na debate ya financial bill ilipita vile ambavyo ilikuwa imependekezwa. Mara hii nimeona viongozi tajika kwa serikali wamesema watakarabati hapa na pale, and we are hoping for the best because this is our nation. The government is not against its people, the government is for its people. Na tunaamini Mungu ya kwamba budget itakuwa na makubaliano makubwa, hakutakuwa na kunyanyaswa, na ya kwamba whatever proposition tumepeana zote zinaenda kuwa factored in na mambo itakuwa sawa sawa.
Ezekiel Odero, one of the clerics, said that he was confident that the government meant well for the country through the economic policies put in place. He also expressed his confidence in the government, stating that he was optimistic that the economy will improve under the leadership of President William Ruto.
Lengo langu ni kwamba nchi yangu na area mahali New Life iko, mtu asilale njaa kwa sababu tunahubiri tu. Tuwahubirie kwa matendo, na tukiwa tumepata opportunity ya kutengeneza nafasi yao ya kukula, tutengeneze nafasi yao ya kukula, sio kwa ajili ya manufaa yetu. Sababu kila kitu kimeandikwa hapa New Life Prayer Center and Church. Every single amount inaenda kwa church, kwa wale washirika waliotoa. Na hiyo pesa tena inaenda kusaidia wale wasiojiweza, calamities kama zile drought, kama zile mvua ikipiga watu. Kiwango kile ambacho tumepata tena we plow it back to the economy kwa wale watu ambao wanatoa hiyo sadaka. Sidhani kama rais wetu na serikali yake inachukia wale ambao inaongoza. Tamanio la kila raia ni kwamba uchumi iwe kwenye kiwango ambacho wanaweza kuafford. Na kilio chetu ni kwamba kile ambacho serikali inafanya iwe kwa njia ambayo itakuwa ya faida kwa raia.
The Finance Bill 2024 was published on the 9th of this month and was sponsored by Molo Member of Parliament, Kimani. It contains proposals relating to revenue-raising measures including VAT on bread and an increase in excise taxes on M-Pesa and bank transfer. The deadline for public participation on the bill has been set on the 28th of May 2024. Reporting for Hope TV News, my name is Ian Giduku.
Thank you so much, Ian, for that report. Away from that, and the Deputy President Rigathi Gachagwa's appeal to international partners to enhance their support for programs geared towards battling adverse effects of climate change in the country. Gachagua said the government has scaled up response to the phenomenon to mitigate against occurrences like severe drought, enhanced rainfall and floods as witnessed in the country recently, calling for more global support. Nelias Wanjiro with more.
Speaking when he hosted the Common Board of Trustees of the Center for International Forestry Research (CIFOR) and the International Center for Research in Agroforestry (ICRAF) at his official residence in Karen, the Deputy President said the ongoing program targeting 15 billion trees by 2032 would greatly benefit from partners' support.
ICRAF has been around since 1978, and we are honored as a country to host the headquarters here, and to really appreciate the very good work that you are doing. You are coming this morning is very encouraging to me, because we do have a very ambitious program of growing trees as one of the mechanisms that we have identified to combat the negative effects of climate change.
Gachagua said Kenya had suffered the brunt of adverse weather linked to climate change, including 5 failed rainy seasons that led to severe drought that hit the country before receiving enhanced rainfall that led to destructive floods.
And the people of this great country have come to terms with reality is that climate change is real. And therefore, as a government, we have come up with a program to grow 15 billion trees by the year 2032. I'm very encouraged by ICRAF Kenya, the issue of fruit trees, because much as we're asking Kenyans to grow trees, we need to encourage them by taking them to a direction that also has a benefit. The issues of avocado, macadamia, coffee, mangoes are issues that we need a lot of support.
The Deputy President also called on the partners to boost the restoration of the rivers in Nairobi, which have suffered from clogging, leading to burst bank and induction as the rainy season overwhelmed the city. According to Gachagua, restoration of rivers is critical in ensuring success of the program.
And I also want to appeal you support us in the restoration of Nairobi rivers. We have a program for the restoration of Nairobi River that is under very serious pollution. And we have a very serious program, and I think both CIFOR ICRAF and ICRAF Kenya can play a role to assist us in terms of technical advice, in terms of resource mobilization, in terms of seeing what we can be able to do together.
ICRAF Director General Elian Obaljoro praised the move to seek long-lasting collaboration in environmental conservation and promoting agroforestry, and promised to work with Kenya and make it more resilient even to devastating floods.
And as we witness the devastating effects of the floods, we really stand with the Kenyan people during this difficult time of recovery, where they have suffered deaths, displacements, and suffering because of the catastrophe. And we look forward to working with Kenya to making Kenya more resilient. In view of the government's commitment of 15 billion trees, we were talking, Excellency, about the right tree for the right purpose in the right place, and the real importance of growing trees and not just planting trees. And we see this achievement of aiming by 2030 to cover over 30% of the land with these 15 billion trees as an area we would love to continue to collaborate and scale our collaboration.
This comes even as Kenyans affected by floods are calling upon the county and the national governments to intervene and have them return to their permanent homes. Reporting for Hope TV Newswatch, my name is Nelias Wanchiru.
Thank you so much, Nelias, for that report. Now, people living with disabilities could not have their joy as Kisii County Women Rep Doris Donya and Well Wishes donated wheelchairs and tricycles to them. Kisii County Women Rep distributed over 80 wheelchairs and tricycles to persons living with disabilities among 80 benefiting households. Speaking at Kirina Special in Bonchari constituency, Donya Doris emphasized that the initiative is implemented in collaboration with the national government Affirmative Action Fund.
Leo tunapeana wheelchairs. Apart from kupeana hizi tricycles na wheelchairs, tuna understand hawa watu wenye wanaishi hapa ni nini wanahitaji. Hivi ndio tumekuwa tunatembea kutoka December 2022. Ndio tulianza kufanya kazi ya kutembea the whole county. Kama na wapate wheelchairs haziko, tutaandika details zao chini. When we get the next cohort, wao ndo tutapatia 70 tricycles and wheelchairs. because we have people with different needs. Kuna yule anahitaji wheelchair, ataki tricycle. Tricycle ni yule hana miguu lakini akona na mkono. Sasa unamuenable auze, atembee vitu zake ama atoke one place to another. Sasa sio kila mtu ana qualify kupata tricycle ama wheelchair. They have different needs.
Hapa leo tumekuja Kerina kusaidia wananchi wetu. Yes, they are labeled as disabled. But I want to say disability is not what? Inability. Actually, they are enabled differently. Okay? These are enabled differently people na lazima wasaidiwe. So sisi kama jamii na aswa kutoka mimi kama Rwasa mfanyabiashara na rafiki mkubwa wa Mama County, nimejitokeza leo kusema pia mimi nimekuja kusupport initiative ya walemavu wasiojiweza ili pia waweze kuishi maisha ya kawaida. Kwanza tunataka tuseme ulemavu sio siri. Kwa hivyo kwanza tunataka tuambie wananchi, kama unaye mtu ambaye ako na hii disability, tuache stigma, watu wajitokeze, kwa sababu wakati ushajua ile upungufu wako kidogo ndipo sasa watu wanaweza kusaidia.
Now, Iranian President Ibrahim Raisi and the country's foreign minister were found dead on Monday, hours after the helicopter crashed in fog, leaving the Islamic Republic without two key leaders. Supreme Leader Ayatollah Ali Khamenei was the final say in the Shiite theocracy, quickly named the Vice President Mohammed Mokber as the acting Vice President. The president's death comes at a fraught moment in the Middle East, just weeks after Iran launched a drone and a missile Iran attack on Israel in response to a deadly strike on its diplomatic compound in Damascus. A funeral procession for Iran's President Ibrahim Raisi and Foreign Minister Hussein Amir Abdullahian will be held in the northwestern city of Tabriz on Tuesday. Iran must now by law hold elections within the next 50 days to elect the next president. Quite unfortunate incidents right there. We pray for peace for the people of Iran. And with that, we come to the first break of this bulletin. But after the break, I'll be back with more news. See you on the other side.
My best part about being a Hope FM listener was Hope Through the Night. My radio was always on at night, just worshiping and getting the sermons on the top of every hour. And it really made me stronger, a stronger worshiper. It made me a stronger worshiper. My best part about being a Hope FM staff has to be treasure hunt with the boys and girls every Saturday morning, being Auntie Rhoda. Oh, I just loved teaching the children. There's a child who wrote in her composition, she was writing about her family, and she wrote one of her aunties is Auntie Rhoda. I was so happy because I'd never met her, but they knew me as their auntie, and just teaching them in the ways of the Lord. So I really thank God for every moment I spent at Hope FM, and even for now, being impacted as a listener.
Are you ready to celebrate the brilliance, resilience, and outstanding achievements of remarkable women in East Africa? Hope Media, in partnership with BH Media Agency, brings you the East Africa Women of Excellence Awards Kenyan Chapter. The East Africa Women of Excellence Awards Kenyan Chapter aims at celebrating and honoring the unsung women trailblazers and the change makers in various fields of influence. Visit our website at www.womenofexcellenceawards.co and vote a woman of impact in the various categories. Let's celebrate the incredible achievements of women together, and don't forget to tune in on the 14th of June this year as we honor the winners. For partnership and sponsorship, call Eunice on 0719 863 336 or Warren on 0724 514 998. You can also email customerexperience@hopefm.org. The East Africa Women of Excellence Awards, recognizing East Africa women of impact.
This year, Hope FM is celebrating 20 years of spreading hope and inspiration in the airwaves across the globe. To mark this milestone, we invite you for an unforgettable worship ceremony dubbed Experience Hope, a soul-stirring celebration happening on the 25th of May 2024 from 2 p.m. to 7 p.m. at Sitam Valley Road. Prepare to be moved by the soulful voice of Joel Waka from Tanzania.
Baba, umejua kunifurahisha. Baba, umenifuta machozi.
Alongside celebrated Kenyan artists Peter Watako, Kathy Praise, Bitson and Karura Voices, and Godwill Babete. Don't miss out. Get your ticket now on www.hopemediakenya.org or dial *826*50#. Charges are 1,000 shillings advance tickets and 1,500 shillings at the gate. So mark your calendar, get your praise game on, and see you at Experience Hope. All are welcome.
Welcome back. You're watching Hope TV Newswatch. Now to some sporting action. The KCB volleyball team finished the Kenya National League regular season on a high after overpowering the 2024 African Women's Club Championship bronze medalist Kenya Pipeline 3-1 on Sunday during the final leg matches of the regular KVF National League played at the Kasarani Indo Arena. KPC were the first to draw blood in the 4-set thriller, winning the first set by 23-25 before KCB roared back to claim the second, third and fourth sets with scores of 25-14, 27-25 and 25-23 respectively. The Lionesses have finished the regular season unbeaten, and the win takes them to the top of the table with 23 points. Moving on swiftly, the Kenya Under-17 national team junior starlets took a significant step towards making history by securing qualification to the fourth and final round of the 2024 FIFA Under-17 Women's World Cup qualifiers. The team clinched a decisive 3-0 victory against Ethiopia on Sunday at the Ulinzi Sports Complex. The win propels the junior starlets into the fourth round of the qualifiers, bringing them just one step away from a historic first ever World Cup qualification. The next challenge for the junior starlets is a crucial tie against Burundi in the final round of the 2024 World Cup qualifiers. This match will determine whether Kenya can secure its place on the global stage and compete in the FIFA Under-17 Women's World Cup for the first time.
We went more on the offense. Probably they expected us to defend as we did away, but today we changed our tactics and made more offensive actions, and that has led to a great success for the team. I think the pressure is positive because when you look at the bigger picture, is to make history. And in making history, there's a lot of pressure. So our players have shown us today that they can soak in the pressure and perform. Also, we have a very supportive bench that they are ready to come up with solutions every time there's difficulty. On the second question, Chapadimba, Talanta Hela, and school games have played major role in ensuring we have quality players. Especially during the competition, we've been able to see good players from them and then also gather them for the national team. Team ya Burundi iko na timu nzuri pia ya wasichana. Mbeleni tumeshawaicheza nao wakashinda kwa the same age category, but tukienda mbele tuna approach vi different. The same way tumekuwa na plan ya game is the same way tutakuwa na plan pia ya Burundi, na tutaweza timiza hilo plan especially tukiwa away and then sasa hapa nyumbani.
Now here's a story that Arsenal fans will want to look aside. Pep Guardiola's Manchester City have been crowned Premier League champions for a record 4th season in a row. After beating West Ham on the final day, City clinched the victory they needed at the Etihad to peep Arsenal to the title by 2 points, their 6th Premier League triumph of the Guardiola's era. Under Guardiola's stewardship, they have now surpassed Manchester United to become the only side to win the Premier League 4 times in a row. Well, I don't know if Arsenal won that, where we'll be sleeping or even staying because the noise will be uncontainable. But the result has brought peace. And I know my director, Davis, is also a happy man. He's a Chelsea fan. Anyway, with that, we come to the end of our news tonight. Many thanks to you for making time to watch Hope TV Newswatch. We really do appreciate the value of your time. On behalf of the amazing crew that made this bulletin a success, have yourselves a blessed night. My name is Kimani, and my co-presenter on the Sun Language interpretation tonight has been Boniface Morethi.